Kent Hovind is at it again, everybody. Not content with whacking me and other YouTubers who fight misinformation, Kent has decided to set his sights on Berkeley University for this week's Whack an Atheist. Has he bitten off more than he can chew this time though? Let's find out. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin though, a quick reminder to everyone to let you know that now is the best time to join Simon Dan. There are 4 tiered levels of membership with perks and rewards ranging from things like private Discord servers, membership discount and even members only videos. Click the join button below, you'll see a little video from me where I explain all about it. Come and join the channel today. Right, on with today's video, which as I said at the start is from Kent Hovind and his Whack an Atheist video series. This week he's decided to take on Berkeley University. This should be interesting. Away we go.
The evolution being taught at Berkeley University in California, evolution.berkeley. Lines of evidence, the science of evolution. Ooh. At the heart of evolutionary theory are the basic ideas that life has changed over time. I would agree with that. However, I would add the caveat, it's changed over time within limits. They don't like that at all. They don't like the limits part at all. Boy, they hate that, okay? And that different species share common ancestors. Okay, I would agree. All 37 species of foxes probably had a common ancestor called a fox.
Well, there are 12 species of true fox and a lot of subspecies, but all those do indeed have a common ancestor. Now that common ancestor was not a fox, but a fox-like creature that was part of the Canidae family. And actually, foxes today diverged from the wolf lineage around 12 million years ago.
All 49 species of tortoises probably had a common ancestor called a tortoise.
Oh dear, Kent is correct here. All tortoises today have a common ancestor that was, in all likelihood, a type of land tortoise.
All 1,000 varieties of apples probably had a common ancestor called an apple.
This is an unfair example because the apple today was created through a mixture of hybridization, seed dispersal and human cultivation. It was selected and bred by humans. And actually they were created from sour crab apples that grew naturally in Kazakhstan. And we started cultivating them over 8,000 years ago, which is older than your claim of the age of Earth, Kent. Just saying.
Here's from Berkeley. Evolution, simply put, is descent with modification. That sounds great. Notice it's descent. You can't go back and check who your great-great-great-great-grandparents were, or of that of any animal, okay? The definition encompasses small-scale evolution, changes in gene, or more precisely and technically, allele frequency in a population from one generation to the next. I would agree, that happens. And large-scale evolution, the descent of different species from a common ancestor over many generations. Now, that one is not part of science. You cannot possibly prove such a thing, okay?
Fossils prove that every single day, Kent. Actual objects that we can test.
Macroevolution. For more detailed explanation, see our resource on evolution. Okay. A group of individuals that actually or potentially interbreed in nature. I would agree with that. Bible says they will bring forth after their kind. Apparently, kind has to do with bringing forth. Okay, the cows are not the least bit interested in the goats or the ducks. They know they look for another cow. And keep in mind, cows are pretty stupid, and they don't even know what they look like, but they know what to look for in a mate. Okay.
Bit harsh on the cows there, Kent. Oh dear.
In this sense, a species is the largest gene pool possible under natural conditions. More detailed explanation, read our stuff. Overwhelming evidence supports these facts. This is all from the Berkeley website. Scientists continue to argue about details of evolution, but the question of whether or not different species are related through a long shared history was answered in the affirmative 2 centuries ago. This is baloney. All you professors, I'll debate all of you same time. Bring it on. My channel, your channel. I'll fly to Berkeley and debate all of you. Me against the whole student body, everybody. If I get half the time, there's no cursing or swearing, one topic at a time. I'll go first, you go first. Present the best topic you know of for support for evolution.
I am fairly sure, nay certain, that a Berkeley professor would annihilate you in a debate, Kent. You weren't even prepared for a simple question from cats, and you want to debate evolutionary professors? No, Kent. Just no.
I get equal time, no interrupting. Fair enough? All of you, same time. 50 against 1. What do you think, Nick? Would that be more fair for them? Yeah, okay.
The ego is staggering, isn't it?
The history of living things is documented through multiple lines of evidence. Oh, really? That converge to tell the story of life through time. In this section, we will explore the lines of evidence that are used to reconstruct this story. Let me translate that. To make up this story. Okay, fossil evidence. First of all, guys, no fossil counts as evidence for evolution. I've said it many times. All you could prove is it died.
What a ridiculous thing to say. Fossils show us so much. Evolutionary progression, related species, ecological relationships, the list goes on and on.
Homology, look at this. Evolution. We know we have evidence for evolution from homologous structure. This is one they always use. Like the forelimbs of birds, dolphins, and humans are similar. Okay? Well, let's talk about homologous structures here. This is line number 22 of my video number 4, Lies in the Textbooks, which I thought I had one out here. Single one. You can buy them singly or it comes in the series, okay? Homologous structure is an example of an organ or bone that appears in different animals, underlying anatomical commonalities. Oh, they look like they're the common, yeah, okay. Demonstrating descent from a common ancestor. It doesn't demonstrate any such thing. Whoever wrote this is lying or stupid, okay?
No, whoever wrote that knew their stuff. Homologous structures have adapted to function in different environments. But using the example you have there, Kent, if you look at the bone structure of the forelimbs, you'll find that the pattern of bones is very similar across species. This is exceptional evidence that they are all evolved from a common ancestor. It's highly unlikely that they would have all independently evolved. So your only explanation then is that they were designed to look similar. That is an explanation with no evidence whatsoever.
If there are similarities in the structure, like the frog leg and the horse leg and the porpoise flipper and the bat wing and the human arm, that's not proof of a common ancestor. Stop and think for just a minute. Maybe the same guy designed them, and it's a design that works pretty good.
The thing is, homologous structures don't just look the same, they also have patterns in genetic material that consistently align with evolutionary relationships. On top of that, during embryonic development, organisms with homologous structures go through similar developmental stages that reflects evolutionary ancestry. You simply cannot say that they're designed and then not back that up with any evidence, Kent.
In other words, when very different animals have bones that appear very similar in form or function, and seem to be related. No, they seem to be designed, okay? Homology in the following photos of plants are leaves that are quite different from the normal leaves we envision, the pitcher plant, the flytrap, etc., okay? Evolutionary theory predicts, it did not predict, they made it up 200 years ago after watching the facts, okay? That related organisms will share similarities that are derived from common ancestors. Similar characteristics due to characteristics are known as homologies, due to relatedness, That is pure propaganda.
It's not really propaganda, is it? Leaves have certainly evolved more than once, so that effectively renders your design argument useless. Why design something that, on one hand, looks like it's been inherited from a common ancestor, where the structures are slightly different, as with the forelimb example from earlier? And then on the other hand, design leaves which looks like some of which have evolved independently. Seems like a lot of faff for a creator to go through.
Homologies can be revealed by comparing the anatomies of different living things, looking at cellular similarities and differences, studying embryological development. That one, they're just plain lying about that one. Okay. Vestigial structures. Look, guys, there are no vestigial structures.
You want to talk about lies? That one was one right there.
But if there were, that's the opposite of what you need. That's losing something. You need examples of gaining something.
Oh no, this again. Vestigial structures completely prove you wrong, Kent. And claiming that it's an example of losing something and not gaining something means nothing. For example, the vestigial limbs of a whale are the remnants of features that were once functional but are no longer useful. Whales evolved from an animal that went back into the ocean, and over the course of 15 million years, their hind legs slowly disappeared until just a vestigial structure remained.
How could vestigial structures help your evolution religion?
I've just explained, Kent, but even if this was a debate, I feel like you would have ignored that point.
Homologous structures. Here we have it, the alligator, the penguin, the bat, and the human. Look at that. We all have a humerus. Wow, that's funny, okay?
What an incredible piece of wit from Kent there. Good one.
We have a radius and all now. Look at that. Bird's wing, dolphin flipper, dolphin flipper, dolphin, and dog's leg are all...
You all right there, Kent?
Adapted. No, they were designed to do what they do. But this is taught in all the biology textbooks I'm familiar with. They all show this as one of the evidences for evolution. Homologous structures. Look at that. The flipper of the dolphin, the wing of the bat. Wow, look at that. The human arm and the whale flipper all have similarities. Homology. For example, the forelimbs of vertebrates are all homologous structures with different appearance and functions that all derive from the same body part of a common ancestor. That is baloney. Whoever wrote that, you're lying or stupid. Okay, I challenge you to a debate. Simple enough?
I think the key here is that Kent cannot supply any evidence to rule this out explicitly. He just can't, so he just says it's baloney instead.
I get fired up, brother. When I'm out there hauling lumber and doing construction, I work hard, sweat all day, go take a shower. I'm ready to rumble now, okay? Then I'm going to crash and go to bed, okay? Thinking critically? Oh, a seal's flipper and a human arm have very different functions. What evidence might help to show that both structures evolved from the forelimb of a common ancestor? What's a student in a class reading this book supposed to do? They think, wow, the teacher knows his stuff. He went to college. Wow, he knows. Look, it's in the book. Have President Trump call me to be the Department of Education Secretary, and I'll fix this problem, okay?
Couple of problems with that. He may or may not be the president. And number two, you being the Education Secretary. I think it might be safer in the hands of Forrest Gump. But in answer to that question, the common ancestor to a human and a seal would have been a small shrew-like creature. And that would have been around 80 to 100 million years ago. And this would have been before major mammalian diversification occurred. Now this animal would have had a forelimb with which us and seals share similarities with. I think we'll leave Kent today with that explanation. That's a lot for him to handle. It appears that his whole argument against Berkeley University is nuh-uh, it's baloney. Not the best, Kent. Not the best. Well, that's it. We're all done and dusted for another Tinfoil Tuesday. Let me know in the comments how well you think Kent fared today in that Whack an Atheist video against Berkeley University, and I'll wrap this one up in the meantime. Thanks so much for watching. It is, of course, truly appreciated. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe as well, and hit that bell notification so you can keep up to date on all new videos. Just a quick reminder to come and join Simon Dan if the feeling takes you. Click the join button below, watch the small video from me and have a look to see what is on offer. I've been Simon Dan, have yourselves a great day and I'll see you tomorrow for another Debunking Flat Earth Meme special. See you then.